Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR, so let's just dive in. And let's start off with this tweet here from Kevin Cage. And we do see HBAR, just like retail investors have a herd mentality when investing, they feel safer in a group. They feel safer when someone goes first. I think massive institutions will feel more inclined to join Hedera's council versus other networks due to the industry titans already there. And I seen a few people mention the other day around, just institutions jumping into crypto and the major corporations jumping into crypto. And it's funny because a lot of these major GC members that are already a part of Hedera's GC list have been on the list for a very long time. Initially on, we had FIS, we had Google, we had Boeing, we had IBM. And it just blossomed out into a massive, giant ecosystem of just huge names around the globe. Specifically, we've seen a recent one, Aberdeen, which we talked about specifically on how just large they are as a company, but also how large the use case ability is with them being a part of Hedera's journey. All of these names will provide significant value to Hedera, but also, just like Kevin Cage is saying, I do believe that they will put on a major show and lead an example for many other major institutions to follow through as well. And I do believe that Hedera will power major organizations going forward as well. This is just a beginning, and it is a very, very exciting beginning as well. And also, I seen this video posted by Quantic over on Twitter as well. And this is talking about keep your eyes on the ball. Don't get distracted by noise. And this is from an interview with Thinking Crypto 1 and Shane Higdon from the HBAR Foundation. And listen closely to the focus point that Shane has with Hedera and also what they are really focused on as well.
What are your thoughts on when we might come out of crypto winter and see crypto spring?
So I don't have a point of view per se on when we're going to come out of it. I don't watch, the hash rates or anything like people look at the halving rates of Bitcoin and others. I really am focused on the activities of the ecosystem and what are we building. I don't know if you guys have seen that video of Jeff Bezos. In the early days of Amazon, the stock had gotten pummeled. It was, I don't know, $6 or $7. And, he makes the comment like, hey, look, I'm looking at all of our internal metrics and everything is up and to the right. And I'm paraphrasing what he said. And that's exactly what we're doing. I'm looking at our account growth. I'm looking at our TVL growth. I don't know if you've seen, but as of last week, our TVL growth has surpassed Cardano. So we're feeling really, really good about the projects we're investing in. Our TPS, it has cranked. I mean, we're just slightly below stellar right now in terms of transactions per second. We've done more transactions than the Ethereum network at over 2.5 billion transactions. So all of the things that we are doing, the amount of money we've deployed over $360 million across 175 projects since the beginning of this year. So if I look at all the things that we're doing the right things. They're up and to the right. Our account creation has more than quadrupled since we created the foundation, and it continues to grow on a daily basis. All of those things are right. And so I believe that based on that, we are going to see massive success in this network.
And again, I want to quote a few things from that video. We just surpassed ADA in TVL. Okay. $365 million in funding for 175 plus projects. The account creation, everything happening on the network, increasing quarter over quarter. Massive numbers flooding in. And everyone is still focused on one thing: price action. I tell you guys time and time again, price action is not everything. Focus on the other metrics that do matter, that also blossom into positive price action. In my opinion, Hedera will take over in the next major cycle and lead, very similar to what ADA did in 2020 and 2021. And yes, I still believe strongly in HBAR's potential of hitting $3 to $6. And I'm very excited for the future ahead. And we also do see the HBAR Foundation echoing what Shane was talking about when we launched in 2022. We made it our strategy to target key growth areas and fill gaps in the ecosystem in order to achieve 3 major outcomes: awareness, access, and adoption. And here is the official day 1 of the Hedera Ecosystem Week, which I told you guys about. Focus up on this because it is a big innovation. But we do see enabling these outcomes in 2022. We saw the launch of the upgraded Solidity SC smart contract service and the deployment of community HIPs, e.g. HIP 406 staking, HIP 412 multi-file NFTs, HIP 20 HTS integration into EVM, HIP 482 JSON RPC, Relay MetaMask, and more. And of course, smart contract service, we've seen a massive growth, 2,400% quarter over quarter. That is absolutely ridiculous. And we're also seeing down here over the past few months, we've begun to see some fruits of our labor measurable in the form of 2 core KPIs, account growth and TVL, up 171% quarter over quarter. Whilst TPS growth is slower than we want, we've seen what's to come in the recent high throughput enterprise test on the mainnet, which everyone has been anticipating because of how large those transactions actually were. Also, NFT activity up massively as well. And as we go into 2023, we hope to strengthen our ties with and further enable these communities of HBARbarians, whilst endeavoring to encourage the same success for the gaming community and beyond on Hedera. And yes, I think that going forward, we will see a lot of success for Hedera in these areas because they continue to have astronomical growth within the areas of focus point. And I do think that we should all focus on the fact that Hedera definitely took it into their own accountability and said, okay, our marketing was bad in 2021. We didn't market enough. We weren't there for the retail sector enough. And now we are starting to see that. And we are starting to see them hit the nail right on the head in all categories in terms of awareness, access, and adoption. And we are definitely seeing that, become, paid off work. And it's very exciting to see these statistics, especially growing absolutely massive, up 2,400%. Like, that is a statistic alone that should get you very bullish on Hedera. And also, we do see over here from Danny I, that test that we were talking about in terms of the high throughput was Avery Dennison. This is Atma.io, and I do think that this is going to be a big game changer. I think that this is going to pivot Hedera beyond the means of any other DLT in the space by usability because of the numbers that will be flooding through Hedera day in and day out. And we do see more than 22 billion physical items on that cloud. And while I was talking roughly 300 new items / a second war at it, we have a network of 5,000 individuals all over the planet. And yeah, this is incredible to say the least. And we do see NFC is a very highly secured. It's using methods which are also used for payment applications. So there is cryptographic tech that already exists out there, which is already a proven solution. And here you guys have a few things around healthcare with NFC. And you do see the product authentication and anti-counterfeiting. This goes through the entire thing around like medicine, for an example. And then we also do see over here current and future challenges, rapid growth of counterfeit drugs. Around 10% of all medicines sold worldwide are counterfeits. Deaths from counterfeit medicine are difficult to determine. Global annual estimates range from 100,000 to 1 million. And then over here, we do see automated consumer protection. And then last but not least, we also do see Hanmai Pharmaceutical. And we do see the overall benefits here as well. So all of this is very, very strong in terms of usability through Avery Dennison. And I really do think that this is one of the most lucrative use cases out there. I think that everyone should be focused on this because we already know that this is supposed to be launching very, very soon, sometime within, this month or possibly even next month. I think that we're actually behind on a full-on live version of this and a full-on launch of this. I think that they said the fall timeframe. They are a little bit behind on that. Not going to be biased and say, hey, I think that they're working extremely hard on this. I think that the idea on this is the fact that we've seen timeframes in the past given, and they've missed the ball on every one. So I didn't really kind of get my hopes up around that in general, but I will say one thing to me that I focus on with this is just how big of an impact this will actually have once it does go fully live, which it will eventually go live. We don't know specifically when, but I am anticipating this one greatly because, like I said, I believe that this will change everything. And also, last but not least, we do see Barbarian posting the Bank of England is looking for a POC for a wallet for a central bank digital currency. Obviously, I think one built on Hedera HBAR with its bank grade security, carbon negative, fair and fast, and also ultra cheap transaction ordering would be ideal. And yes, I think that I think that all of these are big areas of focus around efficiencies when talking about issuing out a central bank digital currency on a private ledger. Now, we have a full breakdown of this. This is a proof of concept around a CBDC sample wallet and the research given. This got published on December 9th. The deadline for asking questions, December 16th. Closing date for applications, December 23rd. And you can see a few things. So we do see payroll, summary of the work, latest start date, expected contract length, location, organization the work is for, budget range as well. And then down here we do see why the work is being done. They're exploring end-to-end user journey as a way to sharpen functional requirements for both bank and private sector because they do see CBDCs as an inevitable future. Again, will we see 100% CBDCs? We don't know. Nobody can really say for certain, but if anything, they will most likely happen because central banks definitely want them. The central banks make the world go round in terms of finance, so they will push for these as hard as possible. We could try to reject them all we want, but in my opinion, I don't believe that we will be able to reject them fully. And we do see the problem to be solved. We see a ton of things to be broken down here. A lot of it is just some of the major problems, the pain points around digital assets right now. We do see payments as well, advanced functionality, all of this stuff that we kind of address around CBDCs anyways on this channel. But it's a very substantial breakdown of what the UK wants around the CBDC. In my opinion, yeah, I think that a lot of these DLTs have an incredible fit for something like this. Is Hedera the only purpose-built central bank digital currency provider out there, possibly around a DLT? Not necessarily, but I do think that the technology behind Hedera definitely shines the greatest when you look at like ABFT around its consensus mechanism, or I should say its security mechanism. And they also provided a CBDC breakdown long before CBDC started to gain a ton of momentum, and they were really kind of addressing this for a while. They also broke down a few things around what we were already seeing around CBDCs and CBDC discussions, and then they also do break down CBDC's path to mass adoption because, again, Hedera sees the inevitable future around this as well. They have a ton of thoughts on this and things like that. And also, by the way, just so that you guys know, Hedera has been working on CBDCs for a while with MTech. I still believe that that is the case, and I think that they are starting to really kind of build out their infrastructure to support CBDCs as well and power the future CBDCs. Again, like I said, around Hedera and HBAR, the power and the potential in terms of technological advancements that they have been making around DLT is something special, and I do think that this is definitely purpose-built for a lot of these major financial and payment use cases. And that does definitely go to show with CBDCs as well. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because I'm more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this beautiful world, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.